तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू बढ़ता
Today we will have Shreya. He will answer some of the major questions.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, first to start with, Shreya, please tell us from where did you get recommended and in which attempt?
Yes, ma'am. I got recommended from 22 board SSB Bhopal, and so this was my third attempt. I got recommended from SSC Tech 26, and this was last month of 11th September.
Shreya, describe your mental peace when you decided to enroll in NFA.
Yeah. So basically, I actually didn't enroll in NFA right away. Last year, I was working in Ladakh. So at that time, I got to know about Sir. He is very, like active on Quora and all the other sites. So I saw what all he's been posting over there. And so I called him. And so we had a normal discussion. And after that, in November last year, I had my Tech 25 entry in December. So before that, I went to Meerut for some work. So I thought I'll meet Sir also. And even after that, so I met Sir. He actually like told me a few things, and I had a good interaction over there with the group of students that were there. And post that, I got conferenced out. That was my first SSB attempt. Then post this year, I actually enrolled in April. So that was around like 4 months gap was already there, like from first interaction. After 5 months, I enrolled with NFA. That was because actually constantly throughout this time I was looking at so many YouTube videos where like other academies are there, in which people were focusing only on like for 12 days they were just putting you through all the methods of what is going to be there in your SSB, how you have to tackle the question and all that. But in case of NFA, it was entirely different. Sir here was actually focusing on grooming your personality, which I also personally felt that needs much more focus on than to focus on how to write a story in a PPDT or how to narrate it and all. That of course plays some part, but your personality is the first thing that actually comes up during all these activities. So from that state where I was a bit confused whether I should join some other academy for 12 days or something like that, or I should join NFA, where I'll, if of course it will take some time, but definitely this is going to help me in a longer run. So that is how I actually joined NFA. And so initially I was very passive when I joined. So I'll tell you about this. Lockdown started in March. So I was in that so-called procrastination mode, and I was very much into that shell of mine that there's no need to do anything right now. I'll apply for some job once this thing is over, Corona is over, and then I'll prepare for SSB and all. But then the moment I joined NFA, I thought, okay, let me do some work from myself. I had like Sir interviewed me, and after that interview, Sir told me that these are your weak points. This is where you need to work on. And I realized that whatever Sir has said is completely true. So realizing that actually took me around 1.5 months, like to accept it. I mean, Sir has said this to me, but to accept that I'm not physically fit, I'm like I lack in GK. These were the aspects: determination, motivation. This is something that Sir pointed out. And through like I had initially, like I think the first month I was in constant touch with Sir. But then I stopped. I stopped talking to Sir also at that time. But then I realized that the motivation that I am looking for, I'm seeking for, is not something that will come from some other person. This is something that I need to generate it within, like from myself. From like it should come out from my own soul. It should be something like that. So that actually motivated me at that point of time, and I said, okay, like I mean, whatever I've done has been done. I've wasted a lot of time. Now is the time where I should start working. And so I put my foot down, and then I started, okay, now I have to go and run everything. And then I saw a few videos of those who were recommended from NFA, and what they were saying was actually very, very true. Like I mean, so there was this person who said there's this method of do or die, sorry. So that was something that I started following. And I thought that right now, actually, it's high time that either I do or I die. So that's how it all started.
So you got screened out a few days before getting recommended. Did it create any self-doubts? I mean, how did you manage to put the past behind you and move ahead?
So actually, this SSB where I got recommended from was in September. 7th of September was my reporting. And the previous SSB from which I got screened out, that was AFSB, Gandhinagar. And I got screened out on 8th of August. So that was exactly 1 month before this SSB took place. And so the part where ma'am is actually saying that, like self doubts and all. So I came back home. I was quarantined for around 10, 12 days or something like that. And that time I didn't even contact her. I was in that mode. I was like, okay, I don't want to, talk to anyone right now. I am a bit frustrated right now with whatever has happened. So, something that I realized within those 10 days, first was where I actually made the huge blunder because of which I got screened out. So, definitely that was the story. And I've said this earlier also in one of the session where, my story was not logical. So, I evaded that logic somewhere. So, that was something that, I realized. Other than this, I also realized that past these months, like last few months, I haven't been working, to be very honest, but I had a few projects here and there. So all my focus was SSBs. I got kind of obsessed with SSB. मतलब सर कहते हैं ना वो उठते हुए SSB खाते हुए SSB बैठते हुए SSB, so something like that was going through in my mind. And then in the last 1 month, like I got screened out, and I thought that this is the like, I mean, the bottom, rock bottom, where you can actually reach, you can go. So I mean, there's only the graph will go up from here. This is something which was like constantly in my mind. Okay, like now leave the obsession with SSB. What I have to do is right now I have to take some quantitative steps which will actually increase, like which will actually help me in the longer run. What were those steps? First of all, I stopped obsessing over SSB. Second, I started just concentrating on current affairs, which was very important because I felt even though I went out for a day or two, I felt missed out somewhere or the other. So I started like keeping good tab on my current affairs, all the military exercises, military deals, and everything that was happening in the last few months. And of course, everybody knows that 2020 has been a year where a lot of events have taken place. So I wanted to, like, just have a chronological timeline and everything. And other than this, I actually got to know that, in this SSB, my friends from my previous SSB, that was Tech 25, which happened in December 2019, they will be coming. So we'll be reporting in the same center. So I was happy about that in particular. So these were few things that actually contributed towards me not looking just at SSB as a procedure from which I have to pass through, but now this time I wanted to enjoy the process. Because last, even during my this thing AFSB, my reporting, I was somewhere or the other, I was fiddling through my documents. I was nervous basically. So this is something that actually made me realize those 10 days of quarantine, where I realized where all me as a person have failed as a person, not during SSB, but my personality have lagged. So that was that.
Okay. So Shreya, tell me the essence of your SSB experience in, I would say, 5 sentences.
Okay. Ma'am, my SSB basically this time was more of my, so I went with a very chill, this thing, thought process where, I would love to enjoy it, first of all, because my friends were coming. So somewhere I wanted to, just spend that 5 days of whatever we were getting with my friends. So that was my first priority, to be very honest. And so experience overall was more like, this time it was I was not nervous, because I had that inhibition at somewhere last time, that I need to focus on this, I need to focus on that. This time it was more like, okay, whatever I am, whoever I am, let's just show it, why not? And since my age is also like, I mean, I'll have around 2 or 3 attempts anyways, in like because of my age. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever it is now is like, you have to be yourself, or you try to manipulate them, which is not possible. The assessors, these people are like, I mean, I don't know. They take out they can detect any lie that you actually are showing them, like trying to show. So I thought that okay, so my inhibitions were gone definitely, and there were a lot of other things like the nervousness and all somewhere, because I had that kind of confidence in me where I was thinking ki, okay, I have prepared well, and I know once I go there in front of the assessors, the interviewing officer, especially the interviewing officer, somewhere or the other, that was my biggest fear, and sir knows it very well. So my this thing, so with that also, I was more of in this mode that okay, come what may, I'll put that big smile, which kind of person I am, I always keep on smiling, smiling, smiling. So that smile should be there, and I'll just go through with whatever it is. I have to accept whatever mistakes I've made. That kind of honesty should be there. So this is the things through which I've worked on, and this SSB in particular was actually a beautiful experience. I was so sure of my recommendation that during the conference, like after the conference and everything, when the results were to be announced, I was sitting there and sir said that you have to come up and tell your name and your roll number. I was so confident. I was just checking my roll number. Okay, I have to say my roll number now. So I'll just be prepared for that. So that was how, like, I mean, the self doubt portion was somewhere, out of the scenario.
Very nice, Shreya. So it was very good that you could rationalize your entire, the experiences which you had been going through, and you could genuinely the screening out behind you. Yeah,
Okay.
Bhavani, please go ahead.
So the next question is, if you got another chance at SSB, what would you do differently?
Okay, so ma'am, with this actually, my thing is, whatever has happened. This kind of mentality right now, actually, I'm having. So, in my next SSB, definitely, I have been. I don't know why, but during my conference, I was asked a few SRTs. So I had a chat with sir also about this. Sir said that it was my social adaptability, which were in a bit of question. So at that time, sir, actually I didn't mention this also during my interview. I told him about there was a like time in college where like I was very detached. I was not talking to people due to some reasons, and then my best friend came to rescue and all that happened. And so there was this girl with whom I was not in talking terms, and still I'm not in talking terms, though she was my best friend at that time. So that point was actually something that I highlighted during my interview also to my interviewing officer. So I think that was also a major factor where he realized that my social adaptability is a bit less. But then, sir, I also realized that even though I'm not in talking terms with her, I still keep a tab on whatever she's doing. How is she? Is she's doing good or not? So I don't know. This particular factor is also somewhere or the other from my mind is ruled out. But other than that, I think if it's the GTO or something, so I think I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't do anything different, to be very honest.
Okay. So, if asked, what message would you have for the aspirants here?
So actually, we are all the same, right? We are all defense aspirants. So the best thing that you can actually do is, I mean, stop the self doubt that you have. I mean, it's not easy to, do it per se, but I mean, it's easy to say it. But start believing in yourself. Start trusting the process through which you are going. Like, I mean, you're changing your personality, and so this personality that you're actually changing is actually going to reflect over there during your SSB. So this is something which is very important, and you need to understand that whatever you're doing is for your own good. I mean, definitely Nehru sir, Bhamini ma'am, they are not going to, get any good out of this. They are the catalyst who are helping us. So this is the first thing that you need to understand. Everybody needs to understand. This is what I feel. And the second thing is that SSB is not a, like, अरे नहीं हुआ clear तो क्या करेंगे type का scenario. Always have your plan B, very ready. And other than that, go and enjoy the process. Don't go there with the mindset ki, okay, I'll be going there and I have to like, perform this well. I have to do this so that the SSR thinks like that. Aisa mat socho. Stop thinking that at all. Like, SSRs are there, totally neglect them. So that is the second thing. And the third thing would be this is something that I actually, how I reassured myself a lot was with, the SSS at one point of time, they were also in my booths. They were also there sitting right in front of the conference hall, waiting for their conference to happen, waiting for them to get recommended. So, they have been through the same process. You are going through the same process. Don't worry about it. I know they have gained experience. I know they are like seasoned people. We are not seasoned as of now because we are young, but there will come a time where we'll be seasoned as well. So stop thinking that they're godly or something. If they say something or if they, scold you or something like that happens, you're not going to die. Don't worry. So that is what, these are the three fundas on which I also worked.
So
Thank
the
you.
last thing I would like to ask you is, if given three options, I would say, whom would you owe your success primarily to? A, Colonel Nehru, B, NFA group, or C, the overall idea of NFA?
Okay. So here actually I would go for NFA ideology, to be very honest. This is something that you will not find anywhere else, not in any other academy. And of course, behind the ideology is Colonel Nehru. So thank you so much, sir, to be very honest, because you pointed out all those things which were there and lacking in me, lacking in my personality, to be very honest. And so these things actually, told, I got to know that, even though I have been this dynamic kind of a person, but still that dynamic personality needs a lot of polishing to come out and shine. So of course Nehru sir is there. And then the group activities, so this is actually very ingenious, to be honest, where we as aspirants, we are helping each other out. This you will not see in any other academy. And so this is something that also played a major role in my this thing, because so right before my SSB I actually was handling NFA 19 because Rashmi was not there. So being the group coordinator, I was always thinking, okay, what to do for them, what all kind of activities that we can do, what something that I can introduce which would help people. So that kind of mindset that got inculcated in me was somewhere or the other, where I'm putting the group first, was helping me a lot. So of course, it's a blend of all the three aspects. Nehru sir, of course, it's there. He's been the the torch bearer. Uh, but yeah, the group is also there, ma'am. So
Okay, so Shreya has brought about a very, very important aspect of No Frills Academy, and which we must all remember, and that is the sum is far more important and significant than the parts.
yes, sir.
So what this entire environment which has got created, of which all of you actually form a bigger part, is contributing to your success more than any one individual. Realize that. So this is the system which is giving us strength. Let us continue it, and let us continue to reap the successes in future also. It was Shreya today, Suvidhi will be tomorrow, and we will keep having people following. That is the essence of No Frills Academy. Very well said, Shreya.
First of all, congratulations for your recommendation.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you that what was the major changes you see or introduced in your lifestyle before and after joining NFA, which actually helps you in improving your personality?
Okay, so I'll tell you very truthfully, I have been a big procrastinator. Okay, I knew that my problem is that I know the deadline is this and this. I will finish the work, that is for sure. But how you should work is basically bit by bit, and that parts actually ends up in a whole. But my case was okay. So because I am an architecture student, we have this habit of leaving the work for the last night, and that kind of mentality was there. But after joining NFA, I realized that, you cannot achieve your physical fitness within one day. You cannot, take in all the current affairs within one day. All these things, you cannot change your personality within one day. So this is something which was like from the first day, which was very much clear to me after my interview with Nehru sir. And so that was the moment when I realized that I actually have to, work every day. It has to be a routine. You have to have that discipline. Even though I'm from an army background, but still that kind of discipline which was lacking in my life, in my this thing. So that was something that actually I inculcated and has helped me from that time. So I think your first thing would be discipline, of course, and then your outlook changes towards everything. I mean, you start thinking about you start thinking logically. Once you start doing things on your part only, you start logically, that logical thinking comes up. So that were the two major aspects that have actually changed in my life.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, very nicely brought out. See, you see what she is saying in simple words, if you can read in the ebook also. Thing is that, life is more about incremental improvements rather than revolutionary changes. Revolutionary changes take place once in a while. For most of us, incremental changes, little time management better, little bit daily management better, little bit more efficiency in doing small things. These all add up, and the cumulative impact is that you get right. Chalo, I think we have had a good session. Shreya has explained things well, and I'm sure it is going to benefit NSA students as also other aspirants who listen to her. Good luck to all of you. Have a good day. Bye bye.